structure. So run trainings in your church, on seminars to train your workers, to train the people who work in your church, maybe your office team and the rest of them. Training structure. Apart from running them in the church, you must also encourage your church members, your leaders, and even yourself to attend trainings elsewhere. Like, we have a standard policy where we've not implemented it yet anyway, because we're at a level we're getting somewhere, but the people already know that the way the ministry is going, listen, determine the future of your ministry now. Don't say when we get there we'll do it. You will never get there without the structure. The structure is your future. So there are things you must put in your policy framework in your organization. Like in our own, it's captured. There's a level you cannot pastor until you have a minimum of a PhD. Not because we need it to just have a paper, but because there's something having it we do in your ministry. There's something having it we do to the people you pastor. You can't challenge your people to rise to a certain level when you're not rising. Don't say it's the anointing that matters alone. There are things your people will see in you. It will inspire them to go and work on themselves. You catch what I'm saying? So it's important. Training. Encourage your people to go for training. Encourage the architect in your church to go for more trainings. Go for chartered if you have accountants. Go and get your chartered if you are into academics. Make sure you get your PhD. Go for professorship. You must have that structure. Don't pastor dummies. Don't pastor dummies. Don't pastor people who are low class. Listen, the quality of your men tells on your personality as a pastor. Quality of the men you pastor. Most of them, you will not get them as made people. Some of them will come to you as the crude men of David, ordinary men of David. But if you really are a David, you will turn those mere men to rare kings. Sometimes pastors focus so much on getting already made people. There's nothing wrong with getting already made people. But how do you validate the anointing of God on your life to raise ordinary people into rare kings? Is by sitting on the ordinary people God brings your way. That girl that came to your church without a certificate, but after 4, 5, 6 years, she's now a graduate under you. That guy that came to your church without direction, and you gave him direction, maybe in business, go and learn this trade, and learn how to do welding. He may not have the head for books, but he may have hands to learn skills. He may have hands to learn vocation. Go and learn how to sew, and then help him, train him in that area, and then he establishes himself. It is hard for such people to leave such a church. It is hard for people not to come to such a church. Don't turn your church into a religious museum where people only come to see dramatic display. Power, receive power. Can you do it more than me? I do power, I do fire. But if that's all you have to offer, you have already turned your church into a dumping site for non-entities.